Hey, it's Ange, and it is Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock. Yay! It's not my normal time, but I wasn't able to stream yesterday due to not feeling well, but I'm feeling much better today. And what I am going to work on today, what I'm going to work on today is a thing called Word Riot, and there is a website. It is wordriot.com, and it's basically a blog, and they come up with words to represent every single day of the month. So it's your, you know, it's up to your creative whatever to figure out how that word relates to you. Some people write, some people paint, some people cut collage images. I'm going to do a little bit of all of it. Now, probably won't incorporate a lot of paint because the journal is so thin, but I will be using a lot of images from magazines like my Flow magazines, my Bella Grace magazines. I have some Oprah magazines, and also I'm going to put my own spin on it, and you know what my spin is? Quotes. I love my quotes. So actually I am going to go get that, so hold a second. I can find it. Okay, maybe I won't be using it. Okay, I could use sticker quotes. I can use calendar quotes. Okay, here we go. I think this should be enough. Excuse me. Okay, so I can use quotes from my calendars. I have plenty to choose from. I also have quotes from like some stickers. I have that stuff. Hey, Vicki. And I also have quotes from the Tim Holtz ideology. So I have a lot to choose from as far as quotes are concerned. Like I said, I am going to, because I know like Colleen, what she does is she finds a single image that reminds her of that word. Well, I want to do that too, but I want to take it a step further than that. So, and then I may grab stamps and stuff like that. Basically, I'm going to use what I have, okay? So, when I was making, you guys know that I was making these ATCs for the swap that Janet's hosting. Well, so the first word, put the magazines on the floor. The first word for March, because I'm going backwards to the first day of March. And the reason why I want to do that is because, well, I mean, today's April 1st, so I don't just want to work on one page. I want to, because a lot of the words from March did inspire me. So here's March's list. Now, I wrote it off to the side for my own use, because I didn't want to keep having to go back and forth to the picture that's on my phone. So I went ahead and wrote them all out for March and April. So I have my list. So the first word is mask. Okay, now a lot of people, if they see the word mask, they probably think of the facial mask. And that's fine. I mean, there's a face mask that people use to peel and, remove, toxins from their skin. That's a great one. There's also the masquerade type mask that you put over your face, like the Phantom of the Opera or, those type of masks. But when I think of masks, yes, I think of those things, but I also think of, remember when I was working on this, I had used the mask of this girl to protect her. So I'm seeing a mask as a protection, okay? So I am going to use mask, but I'm also going to write about how mask helps me. Karen. So, um, my Karen just said, I was wondering who to blame for me having to buy that gorgeous stamp. Now I know it was you, talking about me and the gorgeous stamp. So, but see, I think of mask as a form of protection. Okay. So I'm going to emphasize on the protection part of it because that's what I pull from mask. Yes, mask in itself is a great word, but you have to think about what does that word mean to you. Okay, so that word for me is protection, and I'm trying to find that mask of that girl that I was using for this. That's what I was going to incorporate, and I put it over here so I could use it. And of course now I can't find it. And here I thought I was also prepared. Because she was all covered up. Alright guys, you know me, I have to find it. Because I already had it in my brain. I already had... Janet. Why did I knew you would say something like that. But you know, you see those commercials like where people talking about, you know, depression and how they feel like they constantly have to put on a mask. So people don't really understand or see exactly what's going on underneath. And that's kind of what I want to emphasize on this, if I can find it. I thought I had just put it in here, all safe and sound, and it's safe, all right. I can't even find it. But here's the girl, the stamp. Well, shoot. I wonder if it's over here. Because there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. Well, sort of. Okay, well, shoot fire. I can't find it, guys. Here I thought I was so prepared. Oh, I think I just found it. I think. Yep, I just found it. Okay. So I had this girl all cut out. And as you can see, she has a lot of layers on her. And this is the Tattered Angels spray to create the look of the background. So I used this on top of the girl to protect her. I'm way off camera. I used it to protect her, and then I would spray around her to get the effects. Exactly, Monique. A lot of people use pain to mask what's going on inside. Pain, mental illness, I mean, just so many different ways that people use masks. That's the reason why I said I don't want to just use the word mask as the normal mask, because that's not the first thing I personally think of. I mean, yeah, it came to mind, but protection is what came to me. So I'm going to use this on the page because I used this to protect her. So, but then I think I saw some images in one of my magazines, and that may help with the background. Oh, I want to show you guys something. Okay, and this is what I used for, well, we already knew that, Janet. We already knew there was something wrong with you. So, and then what I did is I put the card on the napkin, and then use the girl wherever she went. Did I lose her already? Oh, she's right there. And then I would put this on it and then spray. So the spray went all the way around here, which I'm keeping this, and I'm going to definitely use this in a journal or something because it has too much goodness on it. Oh yes, rabbit trails are normal for me. If you guys don't like rabbit trails, then you guys are on the wrong Ustream place. Because I go on a lot of rabbit trails. Okay, so there was a couple things that I had torn out. Let's see if I can find them. Okay. So I was going to cut out mask from here because it's in here. So the M-A-S-K. So I'm going to cut that out. And yeah, the texture left behind is pretty amazing on that. Also, I saw this and I thought about cutting her out. She has that red stripe across her eyes, which kind of looks like a mask to me, like she's covering up this part of her face. So I thought about possibly cutting her out and using it, even if I just have it as one of the things. I'm not going to make this the focus. I'm going to make her the focus. So I have that, and I have that. And then I hadn't really gone that much further because there's a lot of work that goes into finding these things. I mean, Colleen was not joking. There's a lot of work. So that's kind of why I also wanted to make it my own. But if I could find a Mardi Gras type thing just so I have it. I also thought I might find something in here because this book is this magazine's called Womankind, so you know. Yeah, I think so too. So let's see. I love this. I can't wait to cut this out and use this image. I just think it's gorgeous. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. But not quite what I'm looking for. Oh, wait a minute. Dang. Okay, so I like this magazine too because you get so many different cultures of different things. I've read most of it, but I think you get a lot of stuff. Oh, I want to use that one day too. I can't wait. Right? The images in here are just amazing. It's not cheap though. She's covering her face. So I might use this. It's kind of a big image, but I can cut it down a little bit. But I kind of like that. She's covering her face as a form of protection. Yeah, I should have been a little bit more prepared. Ooh, I love that image too. It has a lot of great quotes in it too, and you guys know how I am about quotes. So, okay, I think because I love this one so much, I'm thinking that I might save this for something else because I agree with Monique. I think this is absolutely perfect for exactly for what I want to convey. And then what I can do is make my own, the word public a few pages back would have been good too. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I want to see what Monique was talking about as far as public. She said a few pages back. Okay, I'm not seeing what you're talking about. Okay. So, okay. Okay, so I have this. I think I'm still gonna pull out, even though the colors are kind of off, that's okay. I think I'm still gonna pull mask. Either that, or I can do my own with the stamps. But first, let me get the cutout of this image. Now, I want to, now the journal I have chosen to use for this project is this journal. Now, I'm really upset with Walmart because they put a price sticker right here and it tore that. So what I'm eventually going to do is take black paint and just paint over it. It may not look 100%, but at least it won't bother me as much. But I am going to take out, because I'm not going to be using this as a typical calendar, I'm going to take this page out so I can get the bases for what I'll be using. So kind of like a template. Okay, so this is going to be my first page. This is where I'm going to write. Okay, now I'll probably color it with like Neo 2s. More than likely, I'll probably wind up using my color blocks because those are permanent. So I just kind of scribble in and then using the baby wipe like Janet has told us. And then I can put the subject up here about the mask and then date it. But over here is probably where I'm going to do my images. And then I may put like that girl right here, wherever I put her. Where did I put her? Isn't that funny? I lose everything. Oh, I thought I put it over here when I put this over here. Maybe it fell to the floor. All right, we'll get to it later. So, yeah, they are awful to get off. Okay. So, the girl was right here, guys. Anyways, I'm probably going to put her in the journal like down here at the bottom. So, anyway. Okay, now because this would drive me nuts, I'm going to take them off. But I don't want to just do a page and just pick a single image that says mask on it or has the exact, you know, look of a mask. I want to do what it speaks to me, and that's why I want to do it. Oh my gosh, she's gonna be look at this, guys. Look how perfect. This is unreal. Holy cannoli, guys. I can't believe how perfect this is. I'm still shocked. Okay, where is... Okay, her hand, I don't want to cut her hand off. I like the hand. So I'm going to cut off part of the tree, but just a wee bit. I still can't believe how perfect this is. It was meant to be. That is true. Okay. Cutting a little bit of her arm, but that's okay. Okay. Alright, now I have a little warmer right here. I think I need to move, because I need my cutter. Okay. So I can get the image a little bit more perfect. And then I'll just have to use straight scissors to get the image corners right, just fine. I need to go to Michael's and get a new blade. My blade is dull. It's really dull. Okay. I might have to turn the light on. The image is dark. I'm having a hard time seeing my line. Hey, CB. All right. Hey, Lynn. All right, so let me bring this back up. Make sure. Oh, you know what? Why didn't you guys tell me? I did it backwards. That's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to cut the edges off over here, and I'm not going to stress about it. It's not worth the stress, right? It's not worth the stress. So I need to remember to use this side when I'm doing my outlining and not this side. Hey, Beth. So that's okay. I'm not going to freak out about it. There's no point in freaking out about it. It was something that I should have been paying a little bit more attention to. It is okay. Yes, I'm trying to convince myself that it's okay. So, let's put it like this, and then okay. And I see that my cutting up here at the top is still off. There we go. All right, bring this back up. Okay, so actually it looks like my cutting's off on this side too, but again, that'll be okay. I'll just cut it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do that, Monique. Okay, so I'm going to put a piece of paper like this under here so I can see where my lines are. Okay, if you guys have not used this, this stuff is amazing, and I actually I got it on clearance. Let me see if I can find packaging. Yeah, here it is. It's called an adhesive roller, and I got it on clearance at Target. It's repositionable tape, and I have used it on a couple of different things, and it's awesome. It's neater than a glue stick. You don't have to wait for it to dry, and it works really well. So I recommend it. So what I'm going to do is use the Scotch roller on the white paper. Okay, now I'm going to get it as close to, oh, and you got to make sure that the Scotch emblem is facing you and that you can read it, because if you try to do it this way, it will not work. I just had to remind myself of that. So I want to get it as close to the edge as possible and go down. Okay, and then get it as close to the edge right here as possible. And if you get it off the edge, it's no big deal. And then I'll put a couple in the middle, just for extra security. And then I'll just put the template on. And if I put it down wrong, I can pull it back up. No big deal. Okay. Just like that. Now, I'm going to pull this up. Look at that. Didn't have to glue. And it's on there. It is secure. See how awesome that is? Like it a lot. Okay, so what I am going to do, I'm probably going to use my stamp. Now I don't know if I should stamp on the word mask down here, or because I don't want to stamp on this side, and the reason why is because the paper is fairly thin and it's probably going to bleed through. But if I did it on the image itself, it should be fine. And no, I'm not going to write on it with you guys here. So, I think the other thing I like about it, the tape roller, is that, like, for example, this girl right here. I would normally use a glue stick or the tacky glue, okay? And then I would have to deal with it, have to wait for it to dry. I don't have to do that. I can just flip this around get the Scotch roller, do this, and that's it. And then put her down. Done. And she's on there. She ain't coming off. Or I can cut the mask off like I was wanting to and put it down here. I'm kind of liking that idea. So let's just say I do, and if I don't like it, I don't like it, and I don't have to use it. It's not a big deal. Now, I want to keep the word forgiveness separate because I want to use that for something else. Because the word mask that I need is all down here and takes time. So I never thought that I would want to use adhesive tape like that, like the rollers. But ever since I started using them, I love it. So I know this is probably not a fun stream, and I'm sorry, but this is what I need to work on right now. And I'm here for entertainment or so you're able to chat with your buds. We all need love and attention right now. And we just need to show each other how much we actually care and that we're not going to allow somebody else to dictate what we do with each other. So anyway. Yeah. Okay. The more I see it, the more I like it. Hey, Debbie. This is fun. Okay. What didn't work out for your mom? I'm sorry, I missed something. Okay. I like it. Okay, so let me put some of the tapey stuff on it. Well, this is my, oh, I get it now. The May thing, no. Did that even go on there? I can't tell. No. Okay, let's try this again. Let's do it on a more solid, I think that's why it's not working. It's not empty already, is it? No. Okay. This one's not wanting to work because maybe this piece is too small. There we go. I got this journal for $5 at Walmart. Well, and I have lots of art journals. And I will be going back to my art journals on Fridays. But and during the week I'll work more on this stuff. But since I've had so many different things going on in my life, I just want to, you know, that'll work too, Lynn. Oh, that felt good. But this is actually for March 1st for the word riot. So, okay, so I have the word mask down here. And here's the image, which I may come back later with a white pen and do some emphasizing, or I might even use a pencil and do some of my own shading. You never know. Doubtful, but there's still plenty of ideas that I can use here. Okay. So now on this side, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the subject over here, and I'm going to put word riot, and then the word for the day is mask, dated, and then I'm going to write what the word mask means to me, which I've already told you guys what it means to me, and then maybe go into a little bit more depth, okay? I have plenty of room. It's lined, and so it'll go really well. So I am done with day 1, the word for day 1. So we'll go over to day 2 and start working on that. Oh, and I did use the girl as the mask that I did for the ATC. I think it works perfectly, and it adds something different to the page. So that's good. Okay, so let's go to day 2. Okay, day 2, let's pull my book out. And I am going to cross out mask. Now, the next word is alpine. Well, I'm not really sure what that means to me. Okay, oh, and this stuff I'm not throwing away. The stuff I can use as scrap, and there's still stuff on it, like the wood grain look. I can still use that. So this will go in my scrap bin. Okay, so what does the word alpine mean to me? When I think of alpine, I think of the, and this is going to sound really strange. When I was in Florida, I had a friend who had some cats, and she was all into the herbal stuff, all into everything had to be all natural. And so the cat litter that she used was wood chippings, and the label on it was alpine, but I don't want to use that in my journal. Oh my goodness. My HubSpot brought me home a bunch of calendars yesterday. No way, Vicki, that's awesome. Hot chocolate and peppermint schnapps. The pine cat litter? Yes. It was awful. The cat litter was wood chips, and the label on it said alpine wood or something like that. That's the first thing I thought of. I mean, I could find woods, because I mean the Alpine Mountains, which is a nice little mountain. Could also do let's see. Maybe I can find an image close to this in one of my magazines. I really like that, and it seems peaceful to me. and it almost reminds me of I don't know, just very peaceful. So let me look in, 'cause I think in one of my Bella Graces there were trees. Okay, so, well, what I'm doing, CB, is something for Word Riot, and so every day there's a word. So the first word was mask. We've already done that, and now the next word is alpine. So those are dead trees. I don't want to use that. March, not May. Oh, that's neat. This might be a good image. Pine cones. Yes, but I'm taking mine a step further than what she was doing. She was just finding an image that where she was posting exactly the image that had that image on it. I'm taking it kind of a step further. Like, I may not use trees. What I may do is use either this of the girl in the snow with the mountain behind her, kind of like as a background, and then talk about that. Or I could use this image of this girl's hand with the pine cones in her hand. There is an Alpine sports car, you're right. Okay, this is not quite what I'm looking for. These are not pines. I think that back there is. This isn't. What'd you do? Google it, CB? I like that one too, Debbie. I really do. Oh, CB, you crack me up. I love my fibs. No matter what anybody else says, I love my fibs. All right. So, okay, I think I really like that image too. Yeah, let's pull this image out. And they pull out really easily too. I like that about it as well. So, okay. So this is the side that I want to use. Use this side. Not this side, you dope. Exactly, Debbie. A lot. Exactly. That is the idea of it. I don't want to do just an image based on what the word is supposed to be. I want to not only find the image that speaks the most to me when it comes to that word, but I want to write about it. I don't want to just stick a piece of paper in a journal and call it done. Exactly, Monique. Exactly. Now, I didn't use a quote because, oh man. Oh man. That box, the box that had the stamps in it. That's the only one that's left in there right now. The rest of them are on the floor. Oh gosh. Anyway. Okay. So now this one is going to be a little bit more complicated because the whole image. Okay. So let me cut out what I know I'll be using. Okay. Oh, sorry. No, I didn't spill our coffee. Okay. I would much rather spill the stamps than the coffee. I'd rather have a craft lunch than coffee spillage. Yep. Yep, yep. Okay. So, I have this, and if I did, okay, maybe I'll go get a piece of scrapbook paper. Let's see if I have one nearby. Ooh, I have a better idea. I like that idea too. Okay, so let's do this. Janet, is it the same thing I was dealing with? I mean, seriously. I have acid reflux. I had esophagus damage from throwing up and inflammation. I had nausea all the time. But I was throwing up blood. I don't know about what your son's dealing with or your stepson, or I don't know what he's dealing with, but I know I was really sick. I mean, inflammation of the esophagus is no fun. Where'd that pencil go? He thought he's having a heart attack. I didn't think I was having a heart attack. I was having heartburn, and I knew it was heartburn because I've dealt with it before. But I never once thought it was a heart attack. I didn't get scared of it until I started well, throwing up the blood. Yeah, I dealt with a lot of heartburn, but I knew the difference. I knew what heartburn was. But for somebody who doesn't know, that would be scary as hell. Well, that is scary though, Janet, especially if you didn't know, you know. Uh, all I know is that when I was sick, I was scared. It didn't matter if I didn't know what was going on. All I knew, I mean, honestly, when if you weren't dying, that's what I thought. And then I